Blurton from Loomis, California. I race UTVs professionally.
Phil Blurton, as we expected, is on a charge. That man is unstoppable.
The racing is so competitive, and we have so much good competition in it that you don't really have somebody that's just like dominating every single race right now.
People you have to watch for, none come more dangerous than Phil Blurton.
All right, so first and foremost, Phil, thank you so much for inviting us out. We're gonna do a little shop tour, kind of get into things. You know, we all know you, Phil Blurton, champion, knows the desert like the back of your hand, but we kind of want to know who Phil Blurton was in the beginning and kind of where it's come. So thank you for this. Let's start in the shop. We are here, no limit. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, we're kind of on the race side of my shop right now. I'll take you over in a minute and show you the fab side. Initially when I first started, I didn't have this side of the shop, and then racing just exploded. So I got the opportunity to buy this building. So I bought it originally, and I had a renter over here. The guy was building like wood cabinets over here. And eventually I was like, you know what? I need to get him out of there. We need to take that over. So yeah, now we expanded over here. We can prep and build the race cars over here. It's kind of our clean side of the shop, if you want to call it.
Okay, all right, let's take a little look through this. So this car right here, the first one, what is this one?
Yeah, this car right here is pretty unique actually. This car, I built it brand new for King of the Hammers this year. I don't know if you saw the pictures of our crash.
Yes, I did.
So we took a really bad crash, and it was actually in this car right here.
This was the one?
Yep, when I left Hammers, I thought like, okay, we're throwing this car away when we get back. We brought it back here, we put it on the fab side, we cut the back half off where it was all beat up, put it in the fixture table, and I was like, oh, it's still good. So we built a new back half on it, and then I just raced it up the Silver State 300.
Wow.
So if you saw the pictures of how airborne that thing was, I mean, granted, it's got a brand new motor,
yeah.
It's got a brand new fuel cell, everything's new inside of it, but yeah, that's the same chassis.
All right, and then we've got this one. This one seems to be a little bit new.
Yeah, this is a brand new car. It's like a pre-runner for Mexico. So we take a stock Can-Am Maverick R, put our cage on it, put some bigger fuel tanks in it, and yeah, like kind of play car, pre-runner, something you can just go out on the weekend and have fun with. Yeah, this is like for a customer car that we do. We do a handful of customer cars a year. This is like a typical build that we would do.
All right, let's move over to this one over here. This is kind of an OG thing that we were talking about when we were first walking through the shop. This is your very first race car?
Yep.
Does it bring back memories, or good, bad memories? How does this make you feel?
No, I love this car. I mean, obviously it doesn't look like I love it because it's kind of been the parts bin. We just throw stuff on here, but we're gonna take this car, put it back, put the original wrap on it from when we did it, and maybe build a shelf and hang it up there or something. My dad's got like his original car sitting in his garage, and I can't let this thing go. We won too many races in this. Now we build a new car every year. This car actually was 2017. Financed it from the dealership.
That's awesome.
And yeah, it had 4 race seasons on it.
Listen, don't worry, my Jeep was financed for a few years, and I bounced that off of every single rock.
Yeah.
And then I was like, please don't, UTV World Championships, this one?
Yep.
And that's how you signed all your Can-Am deals too?
Yep. This was right when X3s were hot. Like I pre-ordered it before they got here. It was like the first X3 to come to Northern California. I got it to just build a roll cage off of. Like
okay.
We were gonna get it, use it to build a fixture, and as soon as I got here, I was like, man, we're gonna go desert racing like full time the next year. I was like, we better build this into a race car, and that was probably the best choice I made,
Taking this car, and then obviously the one that we just looked at, 2 different ones, what is the big noticeable difference that you see from something that was almost 10 years ago to what you're building today?
Just, mile per hour reliability, and we can drive these cars so hard now. When we were in X3 platform, we got them really reliable, but in the beginning it was just like consistent, like who could finish races, and now you go out there, everybody's finishing races, and one flat tire is taking you out. Then we got like, that's a customer car over here actually.
This one?
Yep. So I'll do like a couple cars a year. I'll build for certain people, I'll build an exact replica of what I race, and so it benefits me. So like this year I'm racing all US based races. He's racing everything in Mexico. But what it does is it lets me get like twice the amount of test time. Since it's an identical car to mine, our arrangement with him is they bring the car here, we prep it in between races. I want it to show up dirty so we can see everything straight from the race. And then I can take that, plug it into my race program. I can also plug in, it's a benefit for him. So yeah, it's cool. You know, I have a couple guys we work really well with on stuff like that.
Hi, I'm Chris Rowe, and I'm Phil Blurton's best employee. At Phil's shop, I do a little bit of everything. Prepping cars, helping him do fab work. Working with the Phil Blurton family is just like, everyone's just so kind, loving, and they just like accept you for who you are and just help you grow as a person.
Did you build this?
Yep.
This is all, did you put this in CAD too?
Nope, that was pre-CAD days.
That was pre-CAD days?
That was hand-formed.
I guess I never really asked you, I know that you're talking about your brother-in-law, but where did the name No Limit come from? Because all I can think is Master P and the No Limit Soldiers, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I don't know where it came from, to be honest with you. But yeah, everybody's always played the No Limit Master P stuff. And honestly, it's cool, it's stuck and it's there, but No Limit, if you look around, there's a ton of them from a business standpoint.
Right? Oh man, awesome. All right, let's head in here. You've got the big sign up here. This is my favorite thing on your hours.
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 8 to 5 p.m. But Saturday and Sunday, we're gonna be out racing. Those are race days. Then you come in here and this is, what was it like when you first walked into this shop?
I mean, when I was first here, it was like, we had multiple people. So I had an office guy working here. I had a little desk over here in the corner I was doing all my CAD design work from. And you can imagine we had all this jammed into this half of the shop over here. And so now my wife does all the office work for No Limit over here. She also does all the back end stuff for Blurton Racing. So it's cool. This is like her office. She's here 3 days a week for a couple hours. So it's nice. She can come down here and I can take her out to lunch.
I see the candles.
Yeah.
That's your wife's Cassie's touch?
Yeah.
Well, this is what we were talking about when we were talking about winning that World Desert Championship. You put this together. You've got your finisher medal. They did this whole thing in score journal for you. And, you know, I was reading through this and, you know, this was a new desert car, which this is that car that we saw over there, right?
Yep.
All put together. So
Yep.
this is what that looks like.
But no, it's cool when you walk in, the guys walk in the shop, you know, you get to see this on the side. And it's not just me, you know, that takes a team of people. So even like Chris that works here, every time he walks in the shop, like he's a big portion of that.
Mm-hmm. Well, we're looking at this over here. You know, Rob Mack is probably one of the biggest known GOATs in desert racing. How does it feel to be on that same platform as him? And like you were saying, you're looking at these things and you are just as good as somebody who's known as the GOAT in desert racing.
Oh, it's incredible. I don't know if anybody's as good as Rob Mack. He's the best.
He is the best. I'm excited for his new ride too.
Yeah, he's a super nice guy, but it's crazy just to even be up on that there.
Let's go in here now. And this is where you say you feel a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah, this is my favorite spot of the shop right here. So obviously you can see this is a little more metal fab oriented. We got mills, lathes, press brakes. This is kind of like we'll bring the cars in here. If the cars need any fab work after or need any welding done on them, we'll bring them over here. All that work will get done first kind of on this side and then we'll shuffle them over there to finish them out. Yep, so this is kind of like sheet metal area, press brake, hand brakes. This is a plasma table, so we can prototype anything here. Like you can see obviously all the parts that we cut out of it. If it's something we're gonna do like a mass production run of, we'll send it out to laser cut. But we can pretty much we can fabricate an entire car in here on our own. Yep.
And what was your very first piece of big machinery to kind of help push things around?
Probably this little tubing bender over here that doesn't get used anymore. But now everything's automated, you know, so like we cut the tubing on there, it gets bent on there. But this was like our original big investment. I remember being like, I think it was $1,500 or something. Like, oh, am I ever gonna make my money back on this thing? And that thing, we built so many roll cages on that. You can see like here's a fixture. So this is a Maverick R cage getting fixtured up right now. This will be like going on to a pre-runner car.
So Phil, you know, you're standing in your shop, something that you started many years ago. You've got companies like Vision Wheel, Monster Energy, Can-Am, BF Goodrich Tires all behind you. Did you ever think while you were standing in here that you'd have so many, you know, companies, but also people supporting you?
Honestly, no, I didn't think so, but it's amazing. I mean, obviously our success has helped bring these people in here, but it's cool. All the cars that we do through here, it's like we only put Vision wheels on them. We only put BF Goodrich tires on them because I believe in the brand so much that support me. But no, I didn't even think I'd be racing. I thought racing would just be a hobby, and now it's turned into this.
And this is the first edition. See the?
No body.
Yeah, well, because I'm practicing.
Oh.
And so I'm not racing at this. But see the expansion chamber sticking straight up? And this has still got the baloney suspension on it there. And then this is the same car with the same stuff going on, except I got some better tires and wheels on it. And then that was, I don't know what was this. This is the Parker 400.
And I've worn that fire suit before.
I think you wore that to an 80s party, didn't you? Yeah. I still feel, somebody threw an 80s theme party, and Phil wore that fire suit to the party.
I mean, I would.
And it's even a little snug on me.
Was it a little stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I used to be pretty good looking. But see this here, Phil? That's that car with the body on it.
Yeah.
That same race.
With the original motor in it.
No, that's got the 500cc snowmobile engine in it. The one that's in it now.
Different exhaust.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. The expansion chambers went up like that, but I had another guy make them. But you can see I got some air going there.
Yeah, slide a couple of newspapers under there.
I could fly right over there. That had a 500cc Honda motorcycle engine. And see that's the ramp. This is racing the first Mickey Thompson Stadium race, and they built the ramps were just these metal ramps, and you had to flatland. And this is racing Parker, and I actually tried to. This is the Parker 400, and I carried a spare tire for one time.
Yeah, I mean, that's some...
You gotta carry one once, you know.
You gotta carry one time.
And I never did again, because I didn't like it.
It's mounted a little high, probably.
Yeah, but you couldn't
Probably
get
the only spot you could do it.
That was the only way you could do it, is because you had to get in there to fuel it and stuff back there, you know.
Yep.
Then that's, this is in Mexico. I don't remember, it was the 500, probably the 500.
Going to Mike's or what? Crossing the river?
That might be crossing Mike's right there. So this car is that same car. And this is where we did the testing, all the R&D for the Pilot for Honda out there. And here's a buddy of mine I had drive that, and that's me in that one. This is actually the first race I ever did in one of these cars, and it was your mom. You weren't even born yet. So your mom, your Aunt Tricia, and your two sisters were my pit crew. And I had one of those toolboxes like you'd have in your garage at home.
Like a Home Depot carry-on.
And this is me crossing the finish line. And I pulled over to the trailer, and the girls were all screaming, yelling, "You won, you won, you won." I go, "No way did I win." And they go, "Well, there's no other cars here. You're the only one here."
It's normally a good sign.
Yeah, so yeah, that was my absolute first race. You know where this is too, is right there where you guys do your shock testing in Barstow. We're parked right there where you guys test now. And obviously you know right where this shot is, right?
Yep. Leaving Ojos.
That's leaving Ojos Negros. And again, I got some air.
Yeah, that's good. Now it's a speed zone right there, so we can't catch air.
I know, but that's the best place to get air, isn't it? You could flog those things back then.
My dad raced desert racing like when I was an infant, or maybe even before I was born, or obviously before I was born. But I was born in Southern California, but moved up here like at a really young age. So like desert racing isn't really a thing where we live right here. But we had one race car sitting in the garage always. So as a kid, I would climb in that thing. I'd have my buddies climb in and check it out, and it was just like you always saw that in the background. But my dad and I just started like riding recreational dirt bikes in the mountains just for fun. And then all of a sudden I was like, I want to race dirt bikes. So we started just kind of like casually getting into dirt bike racing. My dad always pushed me like back towards cars. He wanted me to do karting and different things like that. And I was just, as a kid, like dirt bikes, all the kids want to be dirt bike riders, That's like the extreme racing sport. And dirt bikes is like so feasible, right? Because it's like you can get it so much cheaper, a cheaper price of entry. Yeah, I kind of took my dad's approach, but I've got my son a little less into dirt bikes. I had my handful of injuries on dirt bikes, and I think everybody that races dirt bikes has their injuries. So then all of a sudden my dad's like, you're gonna understand this when you have your own son, and so now I have my son. It's like, oh, it's a little more nerve-wracking when he's on a dirt bike, let's put him on something with 4 wheels and a helmet and a fire suit, So yeah, I'm definitely pushing that. Recently, my son and I've actually, which is funny, we've been getting into RC car racing, which is really cool. We have a track right down the street here. And it teaches you the racing style, but the fun part is like we have a little shop set up in my garage at the house, and it teaches him how to set cars up. So I'm trying to really like put that in his mind, and he can see how car setup changes it.
My favorite thing is just the stories in general, and obviously you've probably got to have a ton of them. So you're racing down in Baja.
Yes.
You talked to Sal Fish.
Yes.
You were able to create 2 new classes.
Yes.
14 different people for this race because what were you mentioning? You said 25 miles per hour that you were getting?
No, we could only go 25 miles before we had to refuel the car. The car that I have today, when it was fully done and it was exactly what I wanted, I was in contingency for the Baja 500. And this guy comes up and starts talking to me and picking my brain. This is the most innovative thing I've seen. Everybody's got the same stuff. And everybody told me that car's not Baja proven. So, well, that's why I'm here. I'm talking to this gentleman for half an hour anyway, and he goes, so are you the driver and owner? I go, yeah, I'm Phil Blurton. He goes, oh, I'm Lynn Cheneth. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm talking to my hero, you know? You know, I didn't even know who he was.
Right.
Make a long story short, we became good friends, and we built this Cheneth Aero. And that was the first A-arm car.
Wow. Obviously, you've got a great legacy in off-road racing. You are very well known. You've created some different ideas and brought them to fruition that now you can see that has continued within race cars. Racer turned father, now also grandfather, because we see that Phil's son is also racing. Like you said, you wanted him to race go-karts, but he wanted to race motorcycles. Yeah. Now his son is racing go-karts.
Yeah, there's go-karts sitting right up there.
Right, sitting up there. So what do you want to leave this sport with?
My philosophy in anything is I never pushed Phil into racing. I never pushed my daughters into any of the stuff that they enjoy doing and still enjoy doing stuff. But then when Phil shared the interest in it, then I believe that's when the parents should really feed him as much as they can to help him succeed in that. When I talked to you about when Phil started racing, I just backed out and put all my time into him. Well, now Brody is racing these remote control things. And so Phil bought one for Brody and one for him. And I go, well, how's that car running? He goes, you know what, Dad, I never drove it. I gave it to Brody. He goes, I'm not going to race these. I'm going to devote all the time to my son, just like you did to me, and make this his weekend. Aww. If I was to say a legacy, that would be is to at least pass the good stuff on that I have to my kids and grandkids.
That's awesome.
My wife was always very supportive about what I did. She was never one of those people, well, if you get to go do that, I get to go do that, or you spent this much, so I get to spend this much. My wife was always very supportive, and I let her go do whatever she wanted to do. And I can say that about Phil's wife, Cassie. She is 110% the coolest young lady you could ever meet. And she is so, I mean, like, I can call them from Baja and say, I lost radio, how do you, where are they? And Cassie and his mom, Debbie, it's like NASA. They got, so anyway, I just say he's blessed to have his mom for a mom, and Cassie, I couldn't have asked for a better daughter-in-law. That's awesome. So supportive for what we all do.
All right, Phil, so out of the shop where you prep your race cars, your customer cars, you've kind of got the front of the house, and this is a spot that has every single one of your accolades, everything that you've done out the year. You know, you come in here, does it make you feel, does it give, because I have goosebumps right now, does it give you goosebumps still?
Yeah, no, this is cool. This is like my own little private office right here. On the other side, we have, you know, the office for No Limit. This is the one that I try to make kind of like, you know, I guess I can see my trophy room.
Yeah.
I think there's a couple second and thirds in here, but most of those are in the storage unit out back. So it's pretty much, I've just tried to blast first place in here.
Wow, okay, and when we were talking about it, you said that some of your favorite memories were these trophies that you see right here. We've got 17, 18, 19 UTV World Championships. This is kind of when you won, you signed those Can-Am deals, and it kind of put the forward motion into what Phil Blurton Racing is kind of about.
Yeah, those UTV World Championships, I would say, are like what kind of made my mark to start with right there. And then these paintings right here, these are cool because my mom, she didn't even start painting until she was like in her 60s. And just picked it up one day. And so the day before every race, she does a painting, and then I get to see the painting after the race. So I don't see them before. So at the end of the race, she hands me the painting. So I figured I'd put this there, like, you know, that one's like when we started racing Baja, she's got like, you know, a Mexico theme with the American theme in there. And she always says, fly like an eagle. So those are the eagles.
Oh. And this is a chicken?
Well, I told her, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna set up a little mini kitchen area in my office. So she says you have to have that in your kitchen.
Oh, very mom-like, and she did this one over here too.
Yep.
Look at you, hi Drew. And just curiosity, where does Drew come from? Like the name?
Drew comes from which I guess we can lead into that
Okay.
welding helmet.
Yeah, the
over
welding
there.
helmet.
So I had this guy, Andrew, and he really like started this racing with me. He came here, just applied for a job randomly in 2017, right when it all kicked off. And if you were at the races with me from 17 to 20, he was like my right-hand guy. Unfortunately, passed away in a motorcycle accident. So that's why I was like, was his one thing that I always saw here was this welding helmet. So I'm like, I'm gonna frame that and put it there. And then we got this beast of a guy, and I'm like, I'm not gonna name him Andrew, but I'll name him Drew. So he's named after Andrew that used to work here.
Look at you and your tail. You know you're so cute. Well, and then right behind Drew, we have your SCORE World Desert Championship from 2021. Talk to me how important that is to have this one for you.
Yeah, the cool part about that is that was my first year racing SCORE. So I think we got Rookie of the Year there, and then we got overall SCORE champion. When I got the trophy, I didn't even realize that they did an overall champion. I just thought like, oh, I won the UTV class, you know? So the cool part was I wasn't even really fighting for this championship. I get this trophy, and I'm like, that's probably my coolest one I have. I have Vision wheels on everything I own. My Raptor's got them on it. This chase truck has it on it. The trailer's even got them on there. I got them on my Can-Am Defender. These Inferno wheels are amazing. Like, we put so much weight on these trucks. The whole box is full of tools, and then we load a heavy trailer behind it. So having a strong wheel is really important.